Hello everyone, Adam Recker here. I thought this was fun last time, making a little catch-up video while I was on the road. Again, I won't be looking at the camera this whole time because I am driving, so just want to be disclaimer that I'm being safe. It's of course my yerba mate. I finally put this on the Good Recos Instagram account. It really belonged there. It was on the website from day one because it's truly one of my favorite things. I'm running an errand right now to the grocery store because I'm making a special dish this weekend that I need some ingredients for. Anyway, I just wanted to catch up, say hi, how are you doing? Life is good. Last video I talked about that I started a Patreon, and so all this week on the Patreon podcast I talked about good advice that people give that's actually really bad advice, and it was really fun because I hear these things all the time. So one of the things we talked about is just be yourself. Just be yourself. And people say that all the time, and it's like, okay, well, if I knew how to do that, you wouldn't have had to tell me that. And basically that applies to all the things, like, just don't worry about it. Just don't overthink it. Don't cry. Oh, don't cry. It's like, my feeling about crying, and you probably see this on, like, TV shows and stuff, where if someone starts to cry and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I shouldn't be crying. I shouldn't cry. Oh my gosh. I promised myself I wouldn't cry today. Like, every time I see that, I'm like, why? It's like, it's good to cry. And sometimes if you feel like you need to cry, you legitimately need to cry. Like, it'll make you feel better. Do y'all feel that way? Like, or am I crazy? I don't, it's not like I wake up and think like, oh, I hope I cry today. But it's like, I don't know. It's just like, when people say, well, don't cry, it's kind of like, well, I don't want to cry. Like, I don't want to be upset. So you telling me not to do that isn't going to change it. Just like when people say, hey, just be happy. Just be happy. Look at the bright side. And so that's what I talked about on morning announcements all this week. And I made the last episode, the Friday episode, it's public, so it's free. So you can go listen to it. You don't have to join Patreon, you don't have to be a subscriber or anything. You can just go to there's a link in my Instagram bio for it. I'll put it in the description of this video too, but you can just go to patreon.com/goodrecos and you can listen to all the free episodes. There's at least 6, I think, free episodes if you haven't heard any. But yeah, I've been having fun with the Patreon podcast. I am working on another like regular podcast that would be like on all the podcast networks. But it's one of those things that I've waited so long to start a podcast that I really want to do it right. I don't want to just start a podcast that I'll abandon a few weeks later like so many people do. And that's no shade. That's just, it's like really hard. You know, when I started Sunday, which I think we had like 185 episodes or something, that's really hard to do. It's really hard to do on a consistent weekly basis. And so when I start doing a regular like non-Patreon podcast, I want to be able to supply it on a regular basis that, you know, people will enjoy. So for now, right up until now, I've been really focusing on the daily 5 to 10 minute mini pod, and so I'm gonna graduate into the full length, like hour-long podcast very, very soon. And I've got some good guests lined up already, people that you know and love, so you'll be excited about that. I'm excited about that. So stay tuned, get excited, and all the news, all that kind of stuff will be posted on my Good Recos Instagram. So Instagram.com/goodrecos, or you can just search GOODREOCS on Instagram and find it. The other thing I wanted to talk about today is that Disneyland is back open! Finally! It's so exciting. I've been seeing all these people's pictures roll in, and I think right now it's still open just to California residents, so, you know, and there's a ton of those, so it's a lot of, like, influencers and just people who live in the area that are getting to go. But it's just so nice to like see people back there. It's so crazy when you think that like it was literally closed for an entire year. That's so unheard of. Like I there's never been anything like this before, obviously. And so now that it's been back, it's like, whoa, that's crazy. Because I used to go. I mean, y'all probably know, I went 9 times one year. The 9 separate trips from Texas to Anaheim to go to Disneyland. Like, that's bonkers. So it's been really nice to see people back in the parks, and it looks like everything's going well. It looks so pretty, and I'm excited to get back there. Like, I think I might have said before in the last video, I don't know, I've said it somewhere. I'm not planning to go for a while, just to like temper your expectations here. I probably will not go until at the earliest in the fall, but maybe even later, I don't know. I love the fall at Disneyland. Halloween time is, y'all probably know, my favorite time of the year to go. So if I go, it'll be Halloween time. So September, October, around then. But we'll just see. We'll see how everything goes and how everything pans out and how I'm feeling. But I'm dying to get back there. It's been so long. I mean, it's crazy. And then I want to go to Disney World for the 50th anniversary for Disney World. So I've got to figure that out. But that celebration will be a whole year. So that starts, I think, in October of this year. And then that'll run, typically those things run for like a full year. So, so I've got some time to figure that out. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick check-in. If you've been back to Disneyland, let me know how it was. I'm excited to hear and see people's videos and pictures coming in. But otherwise, that's it. I just wanted to say hi. Make sure to check out the free episode of Morning Announcements on Patreon. And if you want to subscribe to the Patreon, I think some people, I had never subscribed to Patreons until this year, so I didn't really know how it works. But obviously there's different levels you can subscribe to. The podcast comes for mine at the $5 and $15 level, and you can cancel anytime. So if you try it and you hate it, you can just cancel. And I don't think it even charges you for a little bit, so you can really like test things out to see how you like it. I hope you like it, but I will not be offended if you try it out and you don't end up liking it. So I just encourage you to go to patreon.com/goodrecos, check out the podcast, check out the letter club. I'm excited about the little freebies that I'm sending to the highest tier this month, because I'm making them myself and I think they're pretty cool, if you ask me. So anyway, hope you're having a great day. Go out and have a wonderful weekend, week, whenever it is, whenever you see this. And I'll talk to you again soon.